He's back and ready to put this one in the air.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Bearcuz
and Retro,
and this is our new episode of Unlimited Extra. Today, we're going to be having some topics of things happened throughout the weekend. Let's just get into it. Current events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Friday, I should say, this past Friday.
Yeah.
In Charlottesville, Virginia, at the University of Virginia's campus.
Yeah.
There's a statue of Robert E. Lee. And for those of you who don't know who Robert E. Lee is, he's one of the Confederate generals that was around during the Civil War.
Yep.
Lee basically was one of the figureheads who would want to not abolish slavery, so.
I mean, it's a touchy subject. We had a bunch of white nationalists, and I don't want to call them KKK members.
Yeah, because it was more than just a KKK. So.
They were more open at this protest.
Neo-Nazi.
I mean, guys.
White separatist groups, basically, I would say.
We can't get too tied up on what they are, what group they're a part of, associated with. But they are who they are, and we have rights, and they have rights. They had the right to be there, and again, I'm not taking up for them. No means necessary. I'm not taking up for them at all.
Right.
I agree with you. I mean, tell me what you think. We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had a Facebook debate with someone on, not too long ago, and we were talking about the situation, and I feel as though that taking down statues isn't going to make a big of a difference.
Exactly.
Because it still happened.
It still happened. He still has statues around America.
Exactly.
Schools named after him around America. I mean, you're going to shut down those schools. You're going to take down... Like, we saw that picture. It said Martin Luther King wasn't into gay marriage. Are you going to take down his statues?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, it's a catch-22. It's like, if you take down this statue, you're going to have to take down this statue and that statue and so on and so forth. You'd have to change city names. You would have to take down Mount Rushmore if that's the case.
That's very true. And I mean, think about it. I mean, like I said, I'm not taking up for them, but we have rights. Civil rights isn't just for African Americans. It's rights for all people.
Exactly.
And they have rights to go protest, and we have rights to go protest against their protest. So let's go out and let's do it the right way. Let's not start drama. Let's not hurt people. And let's not kill people over what we believe in. We have our own rights and we have our own words to use.
Right.
But let's not use that and turn it into anger.
Right. I mean, because... anger is just, it's basically fighting a fire with gas, like I was saying before. There's no point of, continuously arguing about the same thing.
Exactly.
We don't want history to repeat itself.
At all.
So, because, the things that happened during the Civil Rights Movement back in the 60s and the 50s before that, we don't want to have that type of nation to where we're all separated again. It's just... It's stupid.
We've come so far,
exactly.
And now we're taking steps backwards.
Right, and
But, it was just something I think, we both decided we need to talk about, and we want to know what you guys think. Let us know down in the comments as well about this topic. Now, speaking of rights, I think you have some rights that you want to talk about with our next topic, sports.
The freedom of... the First Amendment, of which I am an advocate of, the First Amendment, the right to freedom of speech, right to assembly. They had their protests and things like that. But we had another protest, in the NFL with Colin Kaepernick, where he protested the, putting,
the national anthem.
The national anthem, where he saluted, he just took a knee. Mm-hmm. And ever since that happened, Colin Kaepernick has been basically blackballed from the NFL. He hasn't been picked up by any teams, and we're just trying to figure out why. It's because it's his right to not want to acknowledge the national anthem. We can't blackball someone for their freedom of speech.
True. We all tried to do it with the white nationalists, but we're not going to get back into that.
Right.
But I get where you're coming from. He has the right to kneel. He has the right to not say it. He has the right to not be there for it. what is it for him? It has nothing to do. I mean, it has something to do for us in America as Americans.
As Americans, yes.
But he feels that it has nothing to do with him. If you feel that way, you feel that way. I can't tell you
exactly.
I can't tell you, Bear. You can't get out.
Right. You better sing the national anthem or else.
Or else.
I'm trying to figure out, is there like in their contract or something like that? Like, is there something that's saying that you must rise for the national anthem?
There's nothing in no one's contract that says
I mean, because they did
like
this,
that.
like even with the NBA back in the day when they had Chris Jackson, a.k.a. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he was pretty much scrutinized for the same thing that Colin Kaepernick's doing.
Okay.
He basically was refuting the national anthem. He sat down during the singing of the national anthem, and they burned the man's house down. Like, I mean, he was playing for the Denver Nuggets at the time. This was around like 95, 96, and the man's house got burned down because he didn't want to recognize the national anthem. I mean, as an American, I recognize the national anthem as our anthem for our country. But for someone who chooses not to, then I don't think he should be scrutinized for not recognizing it, even though that shouldn't make them any less American, I should say.
He wasn't drafted into the NFL because he said the national anthem. Right. He was drafted for his talent
skill set, and all I'm saying is I feel as though Colin Kaepernick should be able to have, I guess, a second chance or something. I don't think he should, a first chance should have even had his, did anything to deal with it because it's the national anthem. It's his choice. But, give the guy, I would say give the guy a chance. So, he has a good sales skill. He's a decent quarterback. He got the 49ers to the Super Bowl. So,
They didn't win, though.
They didn't win, but,
But, speaking of chances, second chances.
Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott, man. This guy, he's just been in the news ever since he's been with the Cowboys.
And that's my team.
I know, and I'm like, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I feel as though Ezekiel Elliott, it's like, does the NFL have the right to make ruling over things that happen outside of the jurisdiction of the NFL? He had a domestic violence issue, and it had nothing to do with football, and he got suspended for 6 games.
But dude, you also have to think about everything he's done. He's been out partying. He's been out just a bunch of different random things.
He's a young kid. He's 22 at the most.
Okay, I'm 23, and that gives me the right to go out and do whatever I want.
No, I'm not saying that, but he's not necessarily going. It's alleged, and he didn't have the charges brought up against him. So I don't understand why the NFL is going off an alleged charge.
It doesn't matter. Look at all the other things you've done. I need to set an example.
Yes.
Think of me as the NFL, and I'm setting an example on someone who constantly messes up.
That's making an example out of him.
Okay, we'll make the example.
No, I don't feel as though they should make an example out of him because of a situation that didn't pertain with NFL. I see how they did it with Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I'm not trying to cut you off. Yeah. But think about Dez Bryant. He was a troublemaker.
He wasn't a troublemaker though. It was the trouble came to him. It was his
attitude too.
His attitude, but you pay me to play football.
You right.
That's not saying that I'm not here to play football because I'm doing extracurricular activities. Like Chad Ochocinco, he had like the best. He's like one of the best receivers of our time, but he had a lot of trouble outside of football.
He was blackballed
as far as
too.
Terrell Owens, excuse me, however you want to say it. But yeah, he got blackballed as well. They're both playing elsewhere. They're still good receivers. They're playing overseas, and I don't understand why these players. I don't know, man. It's just a lot going on. You get some sort of case against you, and it's basically like this black cloud that's just over your head forever.
True.
Nobody said anything about Ben Roethlisberger when he got he allegedly got a rape charge against him. He get nothing. He got no kind of penalty against that.
Which is true.
But I digress.
Our next topic we have is movie news. Crazy things in movie news. So we have
Joy S. Harris.
S.J. Harris. S.J. Harris, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Joy S.J. Harris. She actually died this week on the set of Deadpool 2.
And that's like the second stunt person that has passed away within a shorter span, like less than a month. You know, I mean, that's just really, really close. I mean, I don't understand that because, you know, John Berniker, he passed away a few weeks ago from falling from a 30-foot fall. Yeah. And I mean, you know, he was on the set of The Walking Dead. You know, it's still not necessarily movie related, but it's stunt people.
They help make the movie.
Exactly. You know, if not for them, the actor would actually have to take the falls.
Speaking of actor taking a fall, Tom Cruise got hurt this week on the set of Mission Impossible 6.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy too. I mean, because that's why I love Tom Cruise. He's like one of my favorite actors because he actually does his own stunts. You know, Jackie Chan does his own stunts. You know.
You love your Tom Cruise.
I don't know why you hate Tom Cruise. But
I don't care. He sucks.
The guy, I mean, we don't want anyone to get hurt, but
that's
Tom
true.
Cruise, he got hurt during, you know, making the Mission Impossible 6, and it's like, what's going on? Why are we having all these injuries, you know, and deaths lately, you know?
Yeah, they need to, I think that the industry needs to take a little bit more precautions.
Take a more cautious approach towards, and get these, you know, safety equipment, you know, checked, or, you know,
run through, maybe, you know, some
like
more
a rehearsal or something like that. I'm pretty sure they do dress rehearsals,
yeah.
But, you know, I guess just take this, you know, safety more, you know, more serious, I guess, because.
Or maybe we should not get upset when we see a stunt person in the movie.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
because I know we get upset when we see them.
It's
in
like,
movies.
Oh my God, that's not Tom Cruise. I don't know who that is. It's a stunt person. He has a mask on.
But I mean, I just wanted to let everybody know about that because I mean, we talked about it, and I feel that I strongly feel for those out there, stuntmen and women,
right.
Y'all do.
We're the type of people
jobs.
we actually stay for the credits, right. And we actually read like, who is this person who did that? Executive produced by, stunt person by, even down to the key grip and gaffers and things like that. So, you know, I like to be able to, you know, acknowledge the people for the work that they do
and appreciate
it. So,
so next we have a comic book fact.
Yeah,
Jason Todd.
That's my guy.
Yeah. Jason Todd is actually one of the only people to take control of the League Assassins other than Ra's al Ghul.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Other than Bruce or Damon.
Right.
Or
that's why I was like, Jason Todd is like, you know, he's really good, you know, but, you know, you wouldn't think of him to be able to do that, you know.
I mean, a kid from the streets.
Yeah.
The street, literally, like the gutter.
Right.
Like, he's...
Like, you got heart, cuz.
You got heart, little homie. But, I guess that's the end of the show today.
Yeah, I mean, be sure to check us out. I mean, we want everybody to start subscribing. We're getting more views. We appreciate that. We love all the support from all of our fans. Keep watching, check us out, and hit those notifications at the bottom as well.
We forgot, we have that video that's coming out.
Yeah, DFW Battle League. Our guy King Leo, salute to him. Yeah, he brought us out. He brought Retro out to see their show at Urban Legends. It's in Dallas. We're going to have that on our next show, so be sure to look out for that as well. And as always,
keep it unlimited.
Peace.